This week, we've got a ton of different packs, exclusive items, and RNG boxes on the Pearl store. Since there are so many interesting packs and items, we'll try to simplify this store by breaking it into two sections. One part is of course going to be about the two new summer outfits, including the pre-order packs. The other part will be all about the new Wukong packs, along with the exclusive seal trade-ins. Because there's so many packs, we'll try to look at these packs with two different perspectives. One of them being for people who want some of the exclusive Wukong items such as the monkey mask and immortal titles, what packs they may want to get. Simply buying only the cheapest packs may not give you the most value, and most BDO players still want to get more exclusive and higher value items rather than simply spending the lowest amount of pearls for these Wukong seals. The second perspective will be for people who do not care at all about the Wukong titles and cosmetics, and simply only want the best crons for pearls. We will see if these packs are competitive versus the Heidel Ball packs, or if it'll be better to just buy those that are still running. So, first things first, we'll look at the Wukong packs. The pack that may contain the most volatile value will of course be the RNG box pack, the Wukong Dazzling and Gleaming bundle pack. This pack contains 5 Dazzling Moonlight bundles, 7 Gleaming Starlight bundles, and gives 2 Wukong seals. All for the price of only 8,464 pearls. Even though the seals are guaranteed, the items from these bundles are of course variable. Both of these bundles are ones that give you a guaranteed drop with a chance of getting multiple different bonus items. In the past, we did calculate the average amount of pearl value you can expect when you open one of these bundles. On average, when you open one Gleaming Starlight bundle, you're expected to get 3,341 pearls. 1,715 of this value comes from crons only. If you open a Dazzling Moonlight bundle, on average you'll get 2,581 pearls, with 1,779 pearls coming from crons only. Now of course, because this is only the calculated average, you will almost always get more or less than this number. However, most people should expect to get around these values. If you include all 7 Gleaming bundles and all 5 Dazzling bundles, you should expect to get around 36,295 pearl value, with 20,902 of that value coming from crons. Since this pack costs 8,464 pearls, this is akin to buying these random items at a 77% discount or a 60% discount if you only value crons. Don't forget, we also get 2 guaranteed seals which do add some value. Well, this is where the two paths split between collectors and cron seekers. If you want the immortal title and mask, well, those technically don't have any pearl value attached to them. Because of this, we'll need to use the other trade-ins to calculate value, similar to how cron seekers would do it. If we simply hypothetically trade in 1 seal for a 2,200 pearl outfit, and 1 seal for the 2,900 classic pearl outfit, you would get around a 5,100 pearl value. Do keep in mind though, if you only cared about crons, it would only be a 4,600 pearl value, as these types of outfits extract you crons at a worse rate than premium outfits. Still though, if we add the values to what we had before, we would get a total value of 41,395 pearls and a discount of 80%. We would get a cron-only value of 25,504 pearls with a discount equivalence of 67% for just crons. Now, in terms of value, this isn't bad. An 80% discount equivalence is very competitive with a lot of RNG boxes, and especially the current one for Heidel Ball, which includes 25 sweet premium enhancement boxes. The biggest issue is the cron-only discount equivalence. Since these boxes contain a lot of fodder and lower value items, its discount equivalence is much lower, and not even including the fact that there are less stacks. The sweet premium boxes with Heidel Ball sale has a base cron only discount equivalence of 69%, which is much higher than the Wukong pack of 67%. This 67% is even including getting the seals and trading them in for outfits. It's not a bad discount equivalence, but it's still going to be worse than the Heidel Ball sales and have even less stacks. Now, this is where we get to the two differing paths we talked about earlier. For those who do not care about the Wukong exclusive items, this pack will not be as good as the Heidel Ball RNG boxes. You would likely just buy the 25 sweet premium enhancement boxes before you get these. In general, both of these sales aren't the highest we've seen for Kron and RNG boxes, but it's likely going to be the best that we'll see for quite a little bit. If you only care about Krons, I definitely recommend the Heidel Ball boxes over these boxes, unless you prefer some of the buffs and other items in these Dazzling and Gleaming bundles. Now for those who are interested in the Wukong title and hat, this pack isn't that bad. You get a ton of value from these RNG boxes, and it's only about 4,500 per seal, which compared to the other packs isn't the worst pearls for seals. However, the other Wukong packs that contain seals do have some items that you may prefer over simply getting the most Kron value for your pearls. We will go over these packs next and give our overall conclusion at the end of this section. Not including the novice pack or the RNG boxes, there are 5 main packs that give Wukong Mount Huaguo Seals. There's a general pack with a ton of random items, an outfit pack, a journey box pack, a weight pack, and finally a buff pack. We'll quickly go over the pearl value of these packs, along with whether they contain higher value or exclusive items. Some of these packs contain items that are only really seen during events, so may be more worth it even if their pearl values are slightly lower. For the first pack, we have the Wukong Heavens Equal Full pack, also known as the Generalist pack. This pack contains an assortment of random items. The most interesting part about this pack is going to be the sealed weight limit 250. This item is interesting as this increased weight goes above the usual weight limit that characters have of 2 per type of weight. That means that even if you've already bought all the 250 weights in the Pearl store, you can still buy this pack and get an additional 250 weight for a character. We have seen this being sold before in class events, such as the Deadeye and Doza character releases, but they are generally more rare and event-based. Weight can be pretty helpful for life skills or grinding some weight-heavy spots, so this can be an okay item. Getting past the expected cap of weight can be pretty helpful for some people, and this is definitely a rarer opportunity to buy this item. The other items are pretty basic and we simply have their values taken from the Pearl store. In total, this pack gives about 13,450 Pearl value, and considering it only costs 6,570 Pearls, gives a discount equivalence of 51%. If we include the value of the token to be around 2,900 Pearls, it does have a higher discount equivalence of 63%. However, for this pack, we would assume most people will only buy it to be able to get the exclusive Wukong title and mask, so we won't really include the value of the seals. The Kron only discount is of course going to be incredibly bad as this isn't a Kron pack. As mentioned earlier, you would likely buy RNG boxes or the Heidel sales if you only want Krons. Overall, this pack is the pack with the most fluff, but does include the 250 weight. I would say that this pack is basically only for that 250 weight. If you don't really care about that weight, then I would avoid getting this pack, since other than that, it's basically just filler items. That being said, the 250 weight being only gettable from events does make this pack pretty tempting for players who struggle with weight. The next pack is the Wukong Splendid Shadow Art pack, also known as the Outfit pack. The reason players would choose this pack is to be able to get the 2,200 outfits that this includes. Do keep in mind that Heidel Ball does have a sale that lets you choose 3 2,200 outfits for only 3,300 pearls, so if you don't really care about the Wukong seals, that pack will be better. This pack, on the other hand, is a bit more expensive at 6,000 pearls, as it includes a premium outfit box along with the bonus Wukong items. Its total value is about 12,500 pearls, giving it a discount equivalence of 52%. This is a decent discount equivalence, but it is fluffed up by the bonus items and premium outfit pack, which you may not really want if you only care about the 2,200 cosmetics. It's an alright pack if you want the outfits along with the Wukong Seals, but the price is honestly way too expensive that I would likely just recommend getting another cheaper pack, and if you want outfits, getting the Heidel Ball pack. The next pack is the Wukong Power Convenience pack. This pack is interesting as it does contain 3 Resplendent Journey boxes. It does have a premium outfit box adding in a ton of cost, but PA does undervalue these Resplendent Journey boxes, so it does sort of even out. The value of this pack really depends on the items you choose. If you choose the most basic item, the Maids, this pack would have a value of 8,500 pearls, a price of 4,210 pearls, and a discount equivalence of 50%. However, if you do choose the inventory expansion instead, that value would go up to 9,250 pearls. That being said, for most people, they would likely buy this pack for the Maids, as the other items, including inventory expansions, aren't as useful to get. The big issue with this pack is that you can currently buy Maids for 50% off, without the additional cost coming from the outfit box. Heidel Ball is selling 3 Maids for 1,800 pearls. Because of this, similar to the outfit pack, if you do want the Wukong Seals and the Maids, it can be okay, but there are likely better packs to get. You can always buy another pack with Seals, then buy the Heidel Ball Maid pack for better value. Now our next pack, the Wukong Iron Weight pack, is probably the most interesting pack. As mentioned earlier, with the 250 weight in the Generalist pack, the weight included in this pack, the two 300 LT weight limits, go above the weight limit. Even if you have previously bought all 300 weights twice, you will still be able to use this on your characters to get 600 more weight. Because of that, even though this pack is only 15% off, it can be a lot more tempting than other packs, as it gives an event-exclusive sealed weight. This pack is also relatively cheaper, only being 4,760 pearls, as it doesn't include any fodder items bringing up the price. For those people who think they will need to go over the weight cap, like life skillers or those who grind spots with heavy trash, this pack will definitely be a very nice pickup. I do think PA will add more of these event sealed weights in the future, so it isn't a must buy, but still a pretty cool event only item for now. As someone who does cooking and alchemy, I definitely do like this pack, but if you are someone who doesn't really think they need additional weight, this pack may not be very good for you. Still though, any event exclusive item is more tempting than simply getting crons or other items at a discount, like some of the other packs. You also get 1 seal, which can bring you closer to the Wukong exclusive items. Now, the final pack is the Wukong Empyrean Blessing pack, which is the buff pack. These Old Moon packs give all the Value pack, Blessing of Kama Sylvia, and Old Moon book buffs. Since it gives all 3 of BDO's buffs, it is quite expensive at 10,400 pearls. Theoretically, its initial listing discount of 20% is correct, as 60 days of all 3 buffs does add up to 13,000 pearls. However, we do get a bonus of 2 blessings of Old Moon RNG boxes. These RNG boxes are quite nice as it gives all 3 buffs for a random amount of time. They have a surprisingly high average value of 1,357 pearls on average. Since as mentioned earlier, all 3 buffs are pretty expensive to run. The overall discount equivalence, including the average RNG boxes, is on average 34% off, which is about right for buff sales. Some of the better sales are usually around 35 to 40% off for buffs. That being said though, this is an extremely expensive pack to get the Wukong Seals for, and you only get 1 seal for this pack. Even though buffs are nice, most players don't always run all 3 buffs. Most players only really run the value pack and don't have the Kama or Old Moon books always up. One thing you can also do is pre-order the Old Moon books and Blessings of Kama Sylvia on the central market for silver, so it doesn't always require you to spend pearls. Now, if you are someone who does buy all 3 buffs, this is better than buying them at full price, but I would probably wait for a better sale that doesn't require RNG. Even though there are no buff sales in the Heidel Ball sale, there is a permanent 35% off Blessings of Old Moon pack being sold for 4,225 pearls. That makes this pack not very competitive at all, since this is a permanent sale that is always going to be happening. In my opinion, it'll be better to buy that permanent sale and buy another pack for the Wukong Seals. So, now that we've gone over all the packs, what are our overall conclusions for these packs? Well, first of all, for those who want pure pearl value and don't care about the exclusive titles and items, these packs aren't really that good for crons only. If you want the event exclusive sealed weight, of course this is the only way to get them, but other than that, the Heidel packs are likely better. Now, what about the people who want the exclusive items? Well, at most, you will only need 5 seals if you want the title, mask, and pet. Most people probably won't even get all 3. We really just have to see which packs will likely be the best for most players. I'll have to say the best pack is going to have to be the weight pack. Almost every player can use the extra weight, and the cost is actually pretty low at 4,760 pearls per seal. The weight is also an event-based item that goes over weight cap, which can be pretty useful. After that, we've got to give a great shout out to the RNG box pack. Now this is pretty surprising as usually RNG packs aren't that good, but since this pack gives 2 seals, it does make it pretty competitive for the seals. It only costs about 4,232 pearls per seal, and you get a ton of random items. The discount equivalence is a bit low for crons at only 60%, but that does outscale some of these other packs. Remember that some of these packs you are forced to buy a premium outfit box that usually costs 3,400 pearls, so even if you don't care about crons, you are still buying crons with these other packs. Next, we do have the general list packs containing outfits, inventory expansions, and a weight expansion. This pack is decent since it contains a limited 250 sealed weight, but has a lot more fodder items, making it more expensive. If you don't care about the 250 sealed weight, this pack definitely gets a lot worse, but with it included, it's not bad. Now the final 3 packs are simply worse as they get outscaled compared to the Heidel Ball sales. 3 outfits are currently being sold for only 3,300 pearls, and 3 maids are being sold for 1,800 pearls. However, if you are someone who doesn't want some of the other packs like the sealed weight or RNG boxes, and do want outfits, buffs, maids, and inventory expansions, these are still viable options to get the Wukong Seals. It would still be better getting these packs than buying a pack full of items that you don't really want or can't really use. But that is basically the ranking of best packs to worst packs. Most players can probably follow this and have pretty decent success. Now, what about for me? What I am likely going to do as an endgame player is get the general and weight packs for the sealed weight, and that already gives me 2 seals for the title. If I wanted to get the monkey mask, I may pick up the RNG box pack. Finally, if I did really want the pig pet, it gets a little bit tricky, but I would likely get the outfit pack or maybe even the maid pack, or maybe just another RNG box pack and have 1 extra seal I can spend on an outfit or a 170 stack. It definitely gets pretty expensive if you want multiple items, but that is what tends to happen on these sales. Also, as a player, I don't really buy pearls that often, so I don't really mind the items I get from the Dazzling and Gleaming bundles, as I don't only focus on crons, I also need buffs and other items. But that's basically it for the Wukong sales. As long as you are buying the packs with items you think you'll actually end up using, you can't really go wrong. For those who just want cron value, these packs can be a pretty easy skip. Finally, the sealed weight is the only super unique item, so get those if you want extra weight that you can't get elsewhere. Now, with the Wukong packs out of the way, we can talk about the summer outfits. These are a little more intuitive as it's just cosmetics, but they do have some pretty weird quirks we'll go over. The most basic outfit simply costs 2,200 pearls. The male and shy variant are the same no matter what, but the female variant on the other hand has 3 different types, which changes the piece of clothing you hide when you press the hide cape feature. One of them hides the top only, one hides the bottom only, and the other hides both. I really don't think PA needed to sell 3 different types of outfits for this functionality, but they did, so here we are. If you are someone who wants all 3 female outfit variations, PA is selling a pack for 4,600 pearls that contains all 3 variations, but only one of the other outfit pieces like the hairs, shoes, and gloves. You do end up saving 2,000 pearls if you wanted 3 outfits on the same character, so that can be an okay deal. You also may be able to open these outfits on other characters, but you won't have multiple hairstyles or gloves and shoes. There is also another pack for 5,940 pearls that lets you choose 3 complete outfits, including the male and shy one, so that can also be a decent deal for saving pearls. The interesting part about this pack is that it includes an exclusive title, the Hot Time title. Now, this is where things start getting complicated and a bit annoying. With this sale, PA is selling 3 different titles and a bonus pre-order outfit that will go on sale next month. If you want to get this outfit early, you can buy a pack for 4,840 pearls that includes one of the regular summer outfits that we just went over, along with a pre-release next month summer outfit. You would also get a Too Hot to Handle title. The interesting thing with this is that next month, the outfit will likely be released for 2,200 pearls, same as the currently released summer outfit, so you will be paying a 640 pearl premium to get this outfit early along with the title. Generally, that doesn't really seem very good as you're paying a pearl premium. For most people, I would not recommend getting this pack because we have a final pack that culminates all the outfits and titles in one big pack. You can get 3 of the current summer outfits, 3 of the pre-release wetsuit outfits, along with all 3 titles for a price of 11,616 pearls. This will be cheaper than buying all 6 of the 2,200 pearl outfits, even at 10% off. On top of that, you don't pay a pearl premium of 640 pearls. You also get a bonus title, the Cool Time title, a 15% discount coupon, and for some reason the Thai Pygmy Hippo, Mudong. If you are someone who loves collecting all the titles and outfits, this pack will of course be the best and only option for some of the titles. Its overall value isn't the worst considering it has 6 outfits, but it's definitely not cheap either. It really is just trying to take advantage of most people's fear of missing out by giving a lot of titles and alternative outfits. Most people without this can just spend 2,200 pearls on one outfit and 2,200 pearls on next month's outfit and probably be fine. That being said, this pack is going to be better than paying a pearl premium for the other titles. That being said, for people who do want this pack, there are some coupons a part of the Heidel Ball sale that can be used, and if you are buying some of the other packs this week, this pack does have its own coupon attached, which can add some value. The decision is pretty simple. If you only want one outfit, only buy one outfit. However, if you are someone who seeks multiple outfits or even some of the pre-purchase outfits, this pack will be the only pack that's really gonna be worth it. But with that out of the way, that's basically it for this video. A bunch of new items with both the exclusive summer outfits and Wukong packs. Definitely a lot of choices to spend your pearls on, especially if you include last week's Heidel Ball. I think most of these sales aren't too bad and do have some pretty interesting items, especially if you're looking for event-exclusive titles and gear. Cron value-wise, it really is nothing special, and if you don't care about titles, the Wukong items or summer outfits can be a very easy skip. With that being said, if you all have any questions, I do have a Discord server where you can ask questions, and I will always try to respond to every comment that I can see. If you're interested, feel free to join the Discord server or comment below. But with that out of the way, I do hope you all enjoyed this video, and I do hope to see you all next time.